the mind which is experiencing life through its sensory perception is only capable to experience it, but cannot actually direct it, dictate it, or own it. Your mind's ability to not control its own self, but to be a slave to its own conditionings. The history of supramentalization from the Advaita Vedanta Dharma and the Upanishads, they always insisted that what all you have learned are all relative sciences. The absolute science that you need to learn is how to make your mind be available to the infinite potential and manifest that infinite potential in the area that you want. Sanatana Dharma insisted ability to consciously feel your infinite potential always is what the science of supramentalization or Advaita Vedanta is all about. The Yajnavalkya Maharshi, one of the greatest, he always used to say in the Upanishads to Rama's sister, Atma vare drashtavyo maitreyi, shrunatavya. Always keep listening to the infinite potential within you. Manatavya. Continuously you experience. History of Supramental Awakening. The history of Supramental Awakening or the Sanatana Dharma is time immemorial. Supramental Awakening fundamentally means you are living a life, and this life is mostly lived by the mind. Man is the mind, mind is the man. Now, the way your life is all because the way your mind is. But for this mind, the mind does not know why the mind is like this. Two children are born into a same family. They are into same experiences, same lifestyle mostly. But still, those two children develop two different distinct tastes, habits, and life experiences also. One will be good in one subject and another will be good in some other subject. Why is that so? The mind which is experiencing life through its sensory perception is only capable to experience it, but cannot actually direct it, dictate it, or own it. Now, you have a natural liking towards mathematics. Your brother has a natural liking towards science. Now, it is very difficult to make your brother like mathematics and you like science. Why is that so? You have that mindset naturally. That aptitude is built into you from birth. Genetic scientists, they call it epigenetic changes and all. They kick in and so you experience. Mind which is experiencing life is actually doesn't understand why am I feeling it like this. In Upanishads and in the Sanatana Dharma, they say a child comes to the master, the father, and says, Father, I have studied, I have completed all my education. And then the father says, have you studied that education which once experienced, you never have to study anything? Then the student says, what is that one thing that if I learn, I don't have to learn anything else? I've learned so many things, but still I feel the more I learned, the more I realized I don't know a lot. But my teacher said, I taught you everything that I know. But I realized there is much more that I don't know. What is that? Your mind's ability to not control its own self, but to be a slave to its own conditionings. Sanatana Dharma insisted, you need to know one thing. Above your mind, there is an infinite potential which is always being manifested through the mind, but not available to the mind. A child who is good in mathematics or a child brother who is good in science. Now, the infinite potential in both children is being manifested as science liking and mathematics liking. Am I clear with you? But this mind is not able to say, oh my dear infinite potential, you make me have a natural aptitude towards mathematics. Now, anyway, to pass my class, I need to pass all the 6 subjects, right? All the subjects in the class. So that subject is also equally important. to make me like that, but I hate that. I get 99 in mathematics, but I'm barely able to pass in science. Help me. The infinite potential doesn't do that because mind is limited. Sanatana Dharma says, when you know how to open up your mind to your own infinite potential, in the choice of your, or within the choice of your mind. Are you understanding? Mind should be able to choose the infinite potential to manifest in the way it wants. Because fundamentally, mind is the utility aspect for infinite potential. Now, man has infinite potential, everybody says. But then, until otherwise the mind manifests it, the mind also doesn't believe that it has infinite potential. Yes or no? So, the history of supramentalization from the Advaita, Vedanta, Dharma and the Upanishads, they always insisted that what all you have learnt are all relative sciences. The absolute science that you need to learn is how to make your mind be available to the infinite potential and manifest that infinite potential in the area that you want. That has been the essence for Sanatana Dharma. What is beyond this mind is infinite potential, that which is called as Atma. This Atma, infinite potential, is manifested in the Sanatana Dharma in three different ways. Antarjyoti, there is infinite potential within me. My body is the manifestation of that infinite potential. Yes or no? Body is also, because we don't know how to run the body, how the liver is functioning, how the heart is functioning, we don't know, subconsciously everything is happening. My body is the effect of infinite potential. Bahirjyoti, what all are happening around me are also because of my influence. I am good in this, I am good in that. Why I am good in that, I don't know, but it's good. I am good in that, and that is happening naturally. That is also Bahirjyoti. There is a Antarjyoti, there is a Bahirjyoti, and there is something called as Pratyak Jyoti, the most indwelling, true, pure, infinite potential, which I am not even able to feel. The confidence that you feel that you know is the inner power. That which manifests out of you is the outer power. But this confidence within you, the inner confidence, is also coming deep within you, right? That deep within you is called the most indwelling pure potential, which you are not actually aware. See, some people before going to the exams they will be nervous, or before going to the stage they will be nervous. But once they get onto the stage, they are very active. Because their pure inner infinite potential is taking up. That consciously we are not able to feel it. Sanatana Dharma insisted ability to consciously feel your infinite potential always is what the science of supramentalization or Advaita Vedanta is all about. Supramental, above the mind, Atma, your pure potential. Always meditate on that, oh my dear mind. Atma vare drashtavya. Our God, Rama, the greatest. Rama's sister's husband, the Yajnavalkya Maharshi, one of the greatest. He always used to say in the Upanishads to Rama's sister, Atma vare drashtavya maitreyi, shrunatavya. Always keep listening to the infinite potential within you. Manatavya. Continuously you experience, you remind yourself that the infinite potential is the reason why the mind is functioning. And then nididhyasana. Now you experience and align to that infinite potential and manifest it in every walk of your life. Know that you are not the body, you are not even the mind. You are that infinite capability which is producing all the greatness in your life. Somebody has a good car. Somebody has a good car, good house, good wife, everything good, great. Somebody is a billionaire, okay? Now, why is he a billionaire? Because his infinite potential through the mind is manifesting that way. Why, when I start a business, why am I not able to progress? My infinite potential is not able to manifest through my mind. Somebody is having a startup problem. Somebody starts a startup and quickly becomes a billionaire. Now, why is that so? The infinite potential is manifesting in that billionaire case. It's not manifesting in this startup case. Yes or no? But potentially, everybody has infinite potential. Everybody has the same mind. And practically everybody has the same body. Availability of the mind towards its own infinite potential above the mind is the true solution. Mind, when it starts looking deep within and opens up to its own infinite potential, it's called supramentalization. Mind, instead of looking deep within and be available to its infinite potential, it creates a deity, it creates a form, because mind always needs a form or a number or a color to hold on to. All our memories, if I say apple, suddenly most of you will remember that red apple. There is green, pink, many apples, but most people will have red apple in their mind. And the moment I say apple, red apples comes into mind. Mind always has this connection, attachment to form, numbers, or shape. You will get one apple only. When I say apple, you will find one apple. You don't find so many apples. Mostly. Why? Because that's the number that you are holding on to. Are you understanding? So mind has this habit. So mind creates a deity and say, I have faith in you. And they pray. And the faith, the depth of my faith is directly proportional to the way the faith works. People kill for faith. People die for faith. People live for faith. Because people are not killing, living and dying. Mind is killing, living and dying for its own identity or thought. Instead, when mind opens up to its own infinite potential, then it experiences a fantastic, magnanimous self, which is excellent, which is excellence, which is infinite. That is the process of Sanatana Dharma. That is the process of supramental awakening. God bless you.